Hello and welcome to Pulled Focus. On the show, we are continuing to speak to the filmmakers submitting for this year's Deep Fried Film Festival. And today we have with us Alex Perry, who has a film called Kiss of the Shawoman. Hello, Alex.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Hello. Can you tell
Uh,
us a bit about yourself in the film, please?
sure, I'm a science writer, a scientist by training, but I'm also very interested in plays, theatre, and this summer, during the lockdown period, I've become involved in film, made contact with some actors, and made the film Kiss of the Shawoman.
Fabulous. The. Uh, we're going to have a little clip of Kiss of the Shawoman right now.
At the one, except my last moments of being a detective. I used to believe that crime doesn't pay. I was wrong. Crime pays very well. Well enough to betray me. Part of me thinks that my partner is a prick. But another part of me has to admit that he's been very smart. And he's going to the beach in Hawaii. When I joined the service, I didn't think that I was going to die alone. Though, I never am alone. That inner voice of mine doesn't know how to shut up.
Great. So, what inspired you to make this film?
It's a film that's inspired, if, as much as anything, by the corona pandemic. You have a lot of people isolated on their own, sometimes with problems, no one to talk to. So I've got a story about two very isolated characters. One woman recently divorced who hardly ever leaves her house, and the policeman you saw there, played by Owen Pugh, who's in trouble, is being betrayed and wounded, and he needs some support. And that's what I've tried to put in this film, how these characters would connect with each other.
And what challenges did you face when you were making the film?
Well, the big challenge is because of the pandemic, I've never met the cast. I've never met Owen Pugh. I've never met Holly Davies, and got in touch with them via the internet. They filmed each other using mobile phones, so they couldn't both be in the same scene. So I had to devise a way in which they could talk to each other and relate to each other, even though they both can't be on camera at the same time. So I came up with the idea of voices in the head and the idea of shamanic journey, how someone might leave their body and reach out to someone else.
So directing your cast remotely, was that difficult, or did it kind of come naturally through the process?
I think it was a little bit challenging. I had to more or less share the script, let them know what I had in mind. They got back to me and showed what they'd come up with. And I think I was just lucky that they were such talented actors that it was easy to steer the project in the right direction.
And you've been making films during the pandemic, and what other filmmakers have inspired your work?
For this particular film, I like lots of filmmakers, but for this particular film, I was inspired by Solaris by Steven Soderbergh. And it's essentially about a story about an astronaut who has a psychological trauma, and he finds healing by some kind of mystical connection with the planet. So in this story, I'm trying to use this almost supernatural link between two characters, to see how people can get better.
And you've been entering films into the film festivals for this year, you said. What do you think of the UK independent film scene?
I think it's good. I think it offers opportunity. You have the opportunity to learn new skills, the opportunity to meet and work with new people who you might never have worked with before, but also you have the chance to reach new audiences. and to get your story across, perhaps to people who would never have seen your work before. So I think it's a positive thing.
Fabulous. So, Kiss of the Shawoman is going to be on at this year's Deep Fried Film Festival. Why should people watch your film?
I think it's an uplifting story. It's a story that takes the pandemic seriously without directly referencing it. And I think by reflecting on problems and reflecting on what troubles people, it helps people to talk about things, which I think, given what we know about mental health, is a very good thing to do.
Definitely. Well, we're looking forward to screening the film. So that's Alex Perry with Kiss of the Shawoman. Thank you very much, Alex.
Thank you for having me.
And this has been Pulled Focus. We're bringing you the Deep Fried Film Festival this year with interviews with the filmmakers submitting. And we look forward to you joining us on the next show.